This new Pfizer data comes as hospitals across the country are struggling to keep up with the rise of COVID cases. Listen to this. In South Carolina, for example, just this last month, new cases skyrocketed from an average of 150 a day to more than 5,000. And that uptick is impacting children directly, with one hospital in the state reporting they have 7 kids on ventilators. NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster joins us now from outside Sean Jenkins Children's Hospital in Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Shaq. Good morning. So those numbers I just mentioned are pretty startling. Give us a sense of what you're seeing and hearing there on the ground.
Unfortunately, Savannah, it's pretty much what you heard from Gabe there in Washington in that last report. I mean, doctors here, and you look at the numbers across the state, they're saying it's the worst that it has been. You look at the new cases, broke a record of new cases last week. Hospitalizations broke a record last week. And this is not something that we saw with the first few waves where it's only impacting older Americans or mostly impacting them. You're seeing kids, children, get impacted by this significantly. I want you to listen to a conversation I just had with the medical director here of pediatrics here at this hospital. Listen to how she put it and the impact this is having on children.
Delta is different, and people need to understand that. South Carolina is currently ranked in the top 5 in terms of the case count for children, and also in terms of the percent of new cases that are children. In addition, the severity of illness has been quite different for children. Children are getting much more severely ill this go-round than in the prior waves.
We're talking about children on ventilators. We're talking about children using highly specialized equipment that essentially is a lung bypass. It's very dire situations that you're seeing. And you heard her message there. Delta is different than what we've seen before.
Yeah, Delta is different. Exactly. All right. Now, Shaq, not only do schools in South Carolina not have mask mandates because of state law, they cannot enforce a mask mandate for students or faculty. So how do hospitals like the one you're at right now say that's impacting them, and have schools been forced to shut down?
Yes, you're seeing schools shut down all across the state. At least 2 entire districts are now virtual through the state. There are reports of nearly 24 schools, children at those schools that are home virtually learning. And yeah, you mentioned the point and the politics of it, that in this state, masks are not allowed to be enforced. There is a special provision that was passed over the summer that prevented school boards from enforcing, principals from enforcing those mask mandates. And you have doctors saying, look, the science is there. You know that masks can help slow the spread of this virus. And despite that, you still have these schools coming back. And you're seeing the impact of that, not only in the hospital setting, but in terms of kids contracting the virus in that school setting, Savannah.
All right, Shaquille Brewster with some heartbreaking and scary numbers. Thank you for your reporting.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.